All right, you guys. So I wanted to start this video off in the office. Got a bunch of cool stuff coming up. Today we're starting a day off. We got to go get some paint. We're going to touch up this swing arm. I ordered in a swing arm for the Sportster. It came in, it's in great shape, but there's a couple spots where the paint is off. So even though this swing arm is almost in pristine condition, you can see these little spots like this. There's also another little rub mark over here, a couple little spots that just need dusted up on this swing arm. So we're gonna get a fresh coat up on here for you guys, and I'll show you what it looks like in a minute. I also removed the passenger pegs from the Sportster swing arm. I'm not going to be running passenger pegs on that bike. It's not going to be set up that way. So while I was removing that, little section of paint rubbed off on there. So I'm just going to recoat this rear swing arm before we put the new bearing races in there, before we press the new bearings and races in and get the swing arm on. All right, so we hit it with a light coat. There's still some spots it's gonna need gone over again. We're gonna let this dry. The key to doing this is to hit it with a couple light coats, let it dry, hit it with another light coat. That way you can check, see if any imperfections shine through, and then get them taken care of. But this is just a quick way to do it. This is an easy way to do it. It's the swing arm of the bike. The powder coat was fine on it. What we're doing right here is we're just going over this with a high temp enamel here. So this is going to bond and adhere to this. There's no high heat components on this part of the bike. So we'll be absolutely fine with the paint that we're using. It is rated up to, I believe, 350 degree temperature. It is an automotive paint, so we're just getting this on here just to give another layer of protection onto the motorcycle itself. And this is just to prepare it in case any rust or anything like that. So this paint is a primer and paint in one. It's an automotive paint, like I said. So it's up to the task. We're gonna let this dry. We're gonna hit it with another coat. All right, you guys, so now it's time for the second coat. The first coat looks really good, but you can still see a couple of the imperfections. You can still see a couple of the scratches on it. So like where they were deep gouges. So I'm gonna hit this with one more coat, then we're gonna let this dry. Once we get this second coat on and it starts drying, then we're gonna start getting this prepped and ready for our race install. And then we're gonna get the bearings in it, and we're gonna get this on the back of the bike. So that way when we get our wheels back from powder coat, we get the shocks in, which should be in tomorrow. We can get this all mocked up. We could get it on there. We could start spacing our chain drive. Also got to order some tires, but those come in pretty quick. So I want to get this bike as a roller so I can start moving it around. That way I can get it off the lift. It's just sitting on the lift right now. So once I get it as a roller and we can move it around, then we're going to start tearing into the engine. We're going to send a couple more parts out for powder coat. All right, so that looks really good. Just taking my time to make sure everything on here looks really good. All right, so now we're just gonna let this dry, and then the next step is gonna be getting it all assembled and back together. So I just wanna thank you guys for being patient with me and watching kind of, I guess, part of the process. This is the easiest part. I also got the shocks. They'll be in the mail Should be showing up tomorrow. Got the seat is in the mail, got the rear fender, got a lot of really nice parts for this bike, and we're going to start putting them on. I'm going to start showing you guys the process here. So I'll show you all the parts. I'll install the parts. It's not going to be in depth. Like, I'm not going to be telling you torque specs on everything, but we will be going through showing you how I'm going to line it up, because it is going to be chain drive now. We're switching that over. Did get the battery for it. We're going to have to check over the entire electrical system on the bike here. And we're going to take a couple more parts off for powder coat. The triple trees are going to get powder coated. So as we start doing this stuff, I'll start showing you guys. The wheels should be back from powder coat here really shortly. We'll press some new wheel bearings in them and we'll get those going. Also got to order some brake lines for the front. Got the Brembo brakes in. We got the calipers in. We got the rotors in. So we're running the 11/8 rotors. They're the same ones that come on the Lowrider S. So they're the exact same ones that I'm running on my Lowrider S. It's going to be a good time. Got a lot of parts for you. We're going to show you a lot as we go over this bike, and then we're going to get the fenders and the gas tank prepped, and we're going to get those sent out for paint as well. So stay tuned, you guys. We got a lot of cool stuff coming up. I hope you enjoy it. All right, you guys. So it was 100 degrees today, well, like 96 degrees, 100% humidity in northeastern Ohio. So it was really hard for me to keep filming this video. I was sweating quite a bit. Got the swing arm painted. Wanted to show you guys that because I was super excited with the way that it turned out. Went and got a race driver set, so a bearing driver set, so we'll be getting those in for you here in a little bit. Also wanted to show you guys the chain drive kit came in the mail today, so we're running a chain drive on this motorcycle. We went with black. Everything is black. This is a 48 tooth sprocket, so we're gonna stay close to the stock gearing. That way I keep this bike reliable. It's gonna last a lot longer. It's gonna stay a little more dependable for what I wanna do with it. Like I said, the wheels went out for powder coat. They're coming back probably the end of this week. Once those wheels come back, we're gonna get the bearings installed on them. We're gonna get an install video up on that. We're gonna start mocking up the rotors, the front Brembos. We're gonna tear the front end off this bike. We're gonna get the FXDX adjustable front forks on it. Got a Drag Specialties Predator seat in the mail. I'll be picking that up from work tomorrow. Hopefully the rear shocks came in. So I'm running with Drag Specialties 13.5 premium ride height adjustable rear shocks. So those are gonna go on. We're gonna rewire this whole bike. We got an Energy One clutch going in this bike. So top of the line racing clutch is going into this bike. Then we're gonna start tearing these cases off. We're gonna dig into this bike. We're gonna find out exactly what's going on. Got the handlebars and all that good stuff coming up soon. We're gonna go with a BMX style handlebar setup on it. It's gonna be a fun build. I wanted to get you guys this video up. I want you to enjoy what I'm doing as much as I am. I literally have parts all over the entire garage right now. So I just want to get everything here. I want to get all the parts together so that when we dive into this, I can just start cranking it out as fast as possible, and I could show you some of the steps along the way. All right, you guys, so I had to cut to this because I'm really excited with the way that this swing arm turned out. So it's almost like a matte finish, but it's really not. It's just really kind of dull, which is what I wanted to go with here. Came out absolutely amazing. This looks flawless. It looks like it was just powder coated with a matte finish. So we're gonna see how well this turns out. We're gonna see how well this coating lasts. If not, we're gonna pull this thing off again and we'll send it out to get powder coated. but it came out extremely well. I'm super satisfied with it. Almost all the imperfections came off of this, and it was about 4 coats, so I didn't want to bore you guys too much with what was going on out here because I was taking my time. I did, like I said, 4 coats on this, was letting it dry in between. I was checking the progress here to see exactly how it was gonna turn out, and there was only one little run anywhere on it, but by the time I got the 4th coat on, it was perfect. So we'll go ahead and we'll get the races driven into this swing arm. So it's got 2 races that go in here, then your bearings, then it's got some dust caps. We'll get that all together for you. I will have a video up because I've been looking online and there's not really too many videos showing how to do it. So I want to make sure that you guys kind of see how to do it and show you the progression as we go. So stay tuned, there's gonna be a lot more coming. I know it was a couple days before I got you a video up, but I wanted to wait until I had some cool stuff to show you. Also wanted to show you this sprocket. Really happy with this sprocket here. I think that's gonna be one of my favorite parts of this bike, because if you've been on a bike that has a chain drive over a belt drive, you know the automatic instant feel of that torque, the way that the power is driven, delivered right to the drivetrain is absolutely amazing. This looks gorgeous. So the matte black on this looks gorgeous. I think it's gonna look absolutely amazing when it's paired up next to the swing arm. We're gonna do a lot of matte black on this bike. I finally found what I think I'm gonna do. So paint wise, I'm gonna do the tins a matte black, and then I'm gonna do a red heavy flake flame over the matte black. I think it's gonna pop excellent. I think it's gonna look amazing. So I'm really excited for this bike, you guys. It's gonna take me a little bit to get this bike finished, but stay with me. I'll keep updating you here, and just wanna say God bless. Hope you guys are having a great day, and I wouldn't be here doing this if it wasn't for you guys. Thank you.